Hi. How are y'all? I was just taking the opportunity to take some clear off my desk. Got busted moving stuff around. Yeah, sorry about yesterday. I just my head was not in a good spot yesterday. I had a migraine. I was out of a medication, and yeah, it just I had to take care of that yesterday and get that handled. So anyways, I'm back today. Thank you for being here. Welcome to my channel. And okay, let me prime our first lover here. Our first lover. Are you on? Testing. Okay, he's on.
It is a certainty.
Okay. We let him go through his first one. Uh-oh. You see, he's so sensitive.
The answer you seek is yes.
I will perfect using him by doing this first love thing. And I am so excited to be able to introduce today's first love, Ramon from Moon Scarab. Hi, friend. How are you? Happy first love. And you get a yes or no question answered. I'm going to give you like 10 seconds, Ramon, to put your question out there. Think it, to the universe here. And we're transmitting to Mr. Predicto Kitty here to give you an answer as your prize for first love today. All right, so I'm playing Jeopardy music in my head. Do, 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 do. Good coffee break. Okay, let's do it. Mr. Predicto, please tell us the answer for Ramon's question today that he might have. Come on. I don't think that was an answer. Let's try again. Yeah. Come on, Mr. Predicto. He doesn't like me.
Ask me again after my 7th nap of the day, please.
No, you cannot take 7 naps. No. Well, actually, you can't because you're a cat. You can do whatever you want to.
The answer is yes.
There you go. It only took 3 or 4 tries. That's typical of a cat. That's what I like to refer to with my kids, herding cats, because it's like trying to herd a group of cats out a door. Well, thank you, Ramon. Oh, and I'm excited too because we're finalizing dates and everything, but I'm going to be on Ramon's channel towards the end of the month for In Orbit. I'm getting interviewed. I'm so excited. So please keep your eyes peeled. We're going to be sharing thumbnails soon. I'm really just so honored that you've asked me to be on that, to be interviewed for that. I've enjoyed watching it for a while now. So thank you so very much. All right, let's keep rolling. Happy hump day today, huh? Oh, y'all, and send out good energy. My son is currently right now taking his math portion of his tests, and he's got to pass these to pass 3rd grade, or else we might be in summer school or something. I don't know what. Oh, he's like me. Fractions and geometry are not our things. Yeah. It's pretty sad when, I'm sitting there, I'm like Googling stuff because I forgot for so many years ago, right? Hi, Tina. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Oh, I feel like saying howdy with that little emoji. Howdy. Hi, Hershey. Hi, Grand Rising. Thank you for being here. And yes, positive vibes to all. And y'all check out Hershey. We love Hershey. We love everybody here. Good people here. Sandy. Oh, Sandy, you're a very loyal friend. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Off grid. Hi. Hey, friend. How are you? Good to see you. I hope you're having a grand morning. And Lottie B, our resident pianist, please check her out as well. And, oh, well, hello. Hi, Miss Marzipan. Hi, how are you? So good to see you. Now, you and Selena are friends, right? Or like did y'all like know each other? And then I love finding out like how our groups like cross over and everything. And that's one thing I've been getting like a big thing is like these webs. And honestly, like when I pulled this oracle the other day, the backs of the cards really made me think of that. This spider web of, fate and lines and energy just intersecting and coming together. That's the way I feel like our communities are growing. So, y'all, please check out Miss Marzipan. The Miss Marzipan moments. I love that moments. We need to capture more moments. Yes. Thank you for being here. Hi, Krista. Hi. Oh, we all teleported here instantly. Yes, we did. I love that. I was like looking at all this, these teleportation headlines going on. And I'm having a hard time understanding it, which is why I'm not really decided not to talk about it as a topic on here because it went over my head a little bit, to be honest with you. But I mean, it's like the headline, it's not like really they teleported a thing, but it was like the reflection or the image and the information between things to make things move faster. I don't know exactly how that translates to how big of a difference that will make in my day-to-day life, but it was interesting to say the least. It was interesting. So anyways, y'all just if y'all see that floating around in the headlines. Hey, Victor. Hi. How are you? Good to see you. And y'all like pretty much right after this, Victor goes on 9:45 a.m. Eastern and 9:45 p.m. every single day. What a commitment and dedication to this meditation energy circle that we have. It's amazing. So please check him out. And Josh, Mr. Floyd's Universe, we've had a shakeup, some changes. Life is all about change, right? Josh has had a different schedule. He is, I don't know if this is like every day or what we're doing every day or not. I'll figure it out. But anyways, just make sure your notifications are on because he was on before me this morning. And so I'm trying to figure out my time a little bit better too. So yeah, we'll play around with it, but I think today worked well. I just really hope I didn't make you rush too much, Josh. We'll all figure it out together, right? Let's see. Oh, Karen Sicky. Hi. A nice Karen like me. The good Karens. Good Karens. Thank you for being here. Good Karens unite. See, and we attract the good Karens and prove that there are, like good Karens, because there are. I've never met a mean Karen yet, so I don't know who pissed off who. Anyways, Oh, thank y'all for saying hi and being so friendly. Oh, goodness. I think I just shared the referral link in the chat. I apologize. I'm not sharing, I'm not encouraging or advertising you to sign up for anything. I promise. This is actually pretty smart of them, wasn't it? It was pretty sly of them to put the share your referral link right in the comments. Hey, Jackie. And something y'all don't say, right? Top of the morning to you. I don't know. Oh, gosh. I want to go to Ireland so bad. Love you, Jackie. Thank you for being here. Jackie's Crystal Moon. Oh, and the Bath Maven. Hi, Serena. Hi, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Oh, y'all have me smiling real big. I am all smiles over here. Okay, goodness gracious. Y'all, I love it. I love it. Y'all are amazing. Oh, Millie. Hi, Millie dear. Hi, Sunshine. Hey, Josh. Hi. Karen comes from Catherine. Ha. Okay. Thank you, Karen, for sharing that. I want to look more too. And I remember, like, my dad gave me this little bookmark growing up. It was a Bible bookmark, and Karen, it was pure. I remember purity being part of it. So, Catherine, I'm gonna have to look now. That's gonna give me something that I want to GTS Google later. That's my acronym. Google that shit. Okay, so today, I'm always like reading articles and things, and this one kind of caught my eye. Can you catch a liar just by looking in their eyes? You know, that look, the looking away, the diversion of the gaze is supposed to be a telltale sign that someone is lying, right? Uh-oh. I got somebody in here that she don't lie. She's a truthful Leo, a proud, beautiful Leo. Hi, Miss Darrow D. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, please be careful going to work. Thank you for gifting us with this little glimmer of love from you. Thank you. We love you, Misty. And Misty, she's posted some really good videos. I shared one. I need to share the other where she does the smudging spray, where you can make your own spray and then your own Florida water. Please. And it's very entertaining video. Like, I watched it all the way straight through. It was amazing. So please check her out. Back to the liars. We've all lied. I've lied. We've all lied, right? We all lie at some point. And we learn from those experiences, right? So I've stumbled upon this article. It's from BBC Science Focus magazine, from Dr. Julia Shaw, and it's called How to Actually Catch a Liar. And they're saying, like, we naturally detect lies all the time, right? It could be in the way someone talks. It feels like they're concealing their emotions. The child's eyes darting to the drawer containing a present they weren't supposed to open. That's happened before here. Some story that just sounds too made up to possibly be true. But yet, we also often fail to detect these lies. Why? Researchers have been trying to answer this question for over a century, and the liars are still slipping through our fingers. But the latest research may help shine a light on where we've been going wrong. Let's see. Let's see. So, first off, they say they need to decide on exactly what a lie is. We might use the word lie when referring to someone saying an outfit you're not sure about looks good. Hello, husbands and wives. Or the boyfriend or the girlfriend, or your spouse or your partner. Like, hey, how does this look? If you ask an honest person, you really want to think about that twice if you really want to know the truth, right? Sorry, that made me laugh because it's so true. Or a partner you think is trying to hide an affair, which is really a lot heavier than the other, like a little white lie, right? They say the construct of deception is more complicated than a lot of people think. There are many psychological processes that can underlie it, like even superficial things, such as the length and type of communication. Whether you're texting your lie or telling it straight to someone's face, the core of deception is an intentional attempt to mislead another person. Yeah. But deciding what constitutes a lie is one thing. Detecting it is quite another. Are there really any cues that reliably betray deception in others? Okay. So deception. I think that's good to specify that. And of course, the number one, which I've already said, the number one held belief. In fact, in a study, 82% of experts agreed that liars are no more likely to avoid eye contact or look away than truth tellers. Okay, so the number one thing that we think as a society is a telltale sign really is not. It has been proved, experts agree, it is not a reliable sign. So here is another a false belief, a false something that we have been taught to believe, right? That we have come to believe. And now, granted, people can look the other way too when they're lying, but they can look the other way when they're telling the truth too. That's the point. It's not reliable. Okay, it's not. Let me just skip on through here. Yeah. So, but the only single issue that a large majority of the experts agree upon is that gaze aversion is not a diagnostic cue for deception. The other traditional indicators are that a liar will continually shift posture or touch themselves more often and will give an account that's less plausible, logical, or consistent than if they were telling the truth. So they say these all kind of like stand on shaky ground, all right? Researchers have found links between deception and fidgeting, the length of time it took for subjects to answer questions, and whether their accounts were consistent, made sense, or were expressed easily were not clear cut. Some experts said that liars did these things more. Some said that they did them less. And others said there was no difference. So, yeah. So what is it? What is it that helps us? So one thing that we have to let go of, a misconception, is that deception is the idea that nonverbal lie detection works. He suggests that people who try to use nonverbal lie detection methods should proceed with caution. Even if those methods involve technology such as polygraphs, video analysis, taking brain fingerprints, using neuroimaging machines, or looking for changes in vocal pitch, all of which are controversial areas of deception detection. There are no reliable nonverbal cues, but there are reliable verbal cues. Okay, so ding, ding, ding. There are some reliable verbal cues. If there's an inconsistency between what a person tells you and the facts that you hold, there is a high likelihood that this person is trying to deceive you. Okay? For example, if you have footage of someone committing a crime, but that person says, I didn't do it, it's quite likely they're lying to you. It's like, look, here. Isn't that amazing too? I'm going off on a tangent real quick. Is that I read somewhere else too, is that why is it that even when people get facts, they still don't want to believe something too? So it goes both ways, right? They don't want to believe it. They don't want to believe that that's true. So that's interesting as well. And there was also another linkage into that thought too. It's like people who are tend to be more educated and have a very strong opinion about something. They're more likely to just straight out say that a fact is, yeah, not true. Even though it's like, like flat earth. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry, flat earthers, but the earth is round. I promise you it's round. All right. How to challenge discrepancies. Let's see. So turning this into advice for those of you who need to separate lies from truth, have proposed a shift of strategy approach to gather information that suspects are intentionally concealing. It involves they're talking about this particularly for like detectives, okay? It involves drip feeding evidence to a suspected liar to challenge discrepancies in their story without directly accusing them of lying. In practice, this involves asking someone what happened, then presenting them with the evidence that contradicts their statement and seeing how they try to accommodate it. If a person changes their story when you present parts of the background information that you hold, you're on your way to catching a lie. But it's still not perfect, right? It's still imperfect. Investigators who use it need to be conscious that what seems like a lie can sometimes be down to a simple error of memory, right? So a simple error of memory, like if something happened a long time ago, it's kind of hard to remember, right? Details can be hard to come across. Or what if you were like traumatic, or something just went fast. So it's not perfect. And this is where intuition comes into play too. But I think the main point is there's no really like one surefire method. It seems like there's a mixture of things to take into account here. And honestly, my belief is the lies that you're supposed to discover come out. They just kind of like fall apart on their own, don't they? I believe they do. I've experienced that on both sides of it. The one telling it and the one being told it. So, yeah. And also, this is interesting too. Let's see. Yeah, differentiating between an intentional fabrication, that means like you intended to do it, and an unintentional one or a false memory is often very, very difficult. So, many practitioners are reluctant to swap, behavioral tells for more useful cues based on what a suspect says. But there's a bigger issue lurking behind all of this. Perhaps the reason why we haven't found universal cues to deception is because they simply don't exist. So that's a probability too, right? That's a probability. Oh, goodness. So let me get down to, I'm skipping ahead. Just give me a minute. Yeah. So they're saying like we need to, an approach needs to be adopted, an ideographic approach to focus on what makes each individual unique. This would involve creating a personal profile of how each person lies about the same kind of things and in similar settings. Our confirmation bias can also make us overconfident. We disproportionately remember the times when we caught liars and don't realize all the other times when we didn't. In instances when we succeed to, Luke isn't convinced that the cues we think we employed really are the keys we used to unlock the truth. Oh, that's interesting. Think about the last time that you caught someone in a lie. How did you know? It's probably not because they looked up and to the left. You probably had some kind of evidence, receipts, right? A receipt, like, i.e., a text message, something to back it up, a receipt to back it up. These are the ways people tend to actually tell whether someone is providing the truth. And if you don't have concrete external evidence, you may be able to assess situational factors, right? Like motivations. So the reason you're better able to guess when someone you know is lying from subtle clues is because you know them. Yeah. If you know people and what they do, it's hard too, right? So the take-home message basically here is that the behavioral cues further likely to be highly personal. It's better to trust your own detective work and check what people say against evidence. The stereotypical cues are not going to cut it. So, and in fact, if you can't find any evidence, Luke's advice is simple: proceed with caution. So I think that's good advice. It's dangerous making broad generalizations. I have to be careful about that when I talk about astrology, because it's not like a one size fits all. Just because I'm saying a Sagittarian is blah, 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 this or that, it doesn't mean all Sagittarians are like that. We're all our own recipe. We're all our own special sauce, right? There's a lot that goes into that. And also our environments, our social, there's a lot of different factors that go into what makes us us. So we can't use one size fits all rules, and so this is a myth that we are dispelling as of right now, today in our community. Let's see. I'm just curious. We're going to pull a few cards here. I'm curious to see what Spirit suggests or wants to say about this whole lying thing. I'm just going to kind of see what comes out. Let me grab, I want to grab my Fyodor Pavlov deck. Just one second. Oops, goodness, here. I love this deck. It's so nice. I got it at such a good price too. The price is shot back up on Amazon, but I got it last year for like half price. I am a bargain shopper. And sometimes you will find me sharing stills, like, crazy stills I find. So on decks and books and stuff like that as well. Okay. So in my community tab. You know what I don't like this. I wish the comments would scroll down a little bit for me. Oh, goodness. Okay. I really missed the way they were lined up before. I could read them so much better. Oh my gosh, these cards, they shuffle so beautifully. Look at the back, the gilding, the artwork. It's phenomenal. I feel very luxurious for a mass market deck. Highly recommend. Really nice guidebook. But as Gerald from Paratesta, purchase responsibly. All right. Spirit. Detecting liars. Let's see. Let's get a truth and a false statement and advice, perhaps. Yeah, let's do that. Oops, okay. Okay, a few more. Whoa, two majors came out together, okay. The Empress and the Chariot reversed. Okay. All right, last one. I like the sound these make too. What is that, like linen or something that makes it sound? I'm not really good at knowing all the cardstock materials. All right, our advice, Spirit. Okay. Woo! We got the Queen of Swords in reverse on the bottom. I'd say she's probably someone who might not be telling the truth, right? In the reverse. That's interesting. She's an interesting character too. Look at this one. I love his interpretations. Okay, so my first spot, I got the Empress. Children, watch out. Sorry. But you know what? I think this is not, that's not sexual, right? This is motherhood, right? Ugh, can't stand it. And the Chariot in reverse. So, you know, we've got, the truth is like, yes, this something that's being grown, something that's being told here, right? When a lie is being told, but the truth is that it's going to probably fall apart at some point, right? With the Chariot in reverse. The Chariot in reverse also is like unsure of like what decision. So I feel like there would be some, you would feel like maybe they were kind of going back and forth between two things, or didn't seem like very committed to one path. I think there's like a slip up somewhere, but also in like if in an interrogation type thing. I really feel like it going in with that Empress type energy too, as like a detective or somebody, you can make somebody have accidentally slip up and maybe tell you something. So like, you know, honey attracts flies better than wet vinegar or something like that. Is that the saying? Perhaps. And you know, something about lies that is false here. I've got the Two of Pentacles in reverse. That's interesting. Something about lies. The Two of Pentacles in the reverse. It feels like, I mean, obviously the Two of Pentacles in reverse. It's a hot mess, right? Things just like are falling apart. They're not balanced, like things are falling apart in your real world, your reality. So a falseness there could be that that you're going to be able to see actual evidence of it always in your reality too, or that this person will appear that maybe the evidence around them in their real world doesn't even reflect this lie, perhaps. I don't know. That's a really interesting one. I think we'll get some more insight from an oracle. And then our advice here, the Five of Wands. Wow, right? I think the Five of Wands here is, I think, be careful. There's a cautiousness of how hard to fight to get something out of somebody, right? What is it worth? Is it worth the conflict to do that? Or can you just be satisfied with the inner answer that you give yourself, right? How hard is it worth? Is it worth? Is it worth if you've got to be combative like that for it? Perhaps not. Perhaps not. Perhaps it's just best to just kind of, sit and let it come to you. That's the Empress too, right? She receives things. She receives, but is not going to go forward with it just yet. She's waiting for it to come to her. I kind of feel like that's now that I say that more, I really feel like that is a key point there. I'm just going to pull an oracle and grab a couple of charms, and then we'll wrap this up because I know we've got a meditation coming up soon with Victor. Thank you all so much for being here today, as always. Let's see, what oracle? You know what? Can you spot lies with the blind spot, right? let's find an advice. Like, what is a blind spot that we have with liars or people lying to us, Spirit? What is the blind spot that we have? From Teal Swan, the blind spot. Seven, 77. Ooh, okay. 77. I'm going to let you look at the sigil first. And I'm looking at it too. I keep like seeing like music notes or something, or like even like a pipe at the bottom. I love looking at these in like a little wave. I like looking at it for a little bit before I read about them. And we're just going to do this. I'm going to give a really short version of this, okay? 77. Upset. So our emotions might cloud our ability to see the truth, right? That makes total sense. You do not have real clarity, or you might not have clarity about why you're upset that you think somebody is lying to. What makes you upset about that? I always think sometimes it's really not sometimes. I think most of the times it's good rather than I think it's good to turn that back to yourself to ask, why does this matter to me? What will it change for me? Um, what is, what, why am I upset? What are my feelings about this? And she says you may even be denying that you're upset when you most definitely are. That too, right? So our emotions, we need to, if your emotions were a compass, an upset is your compass alerting you that you have moved off a due north course. When you feel upset, it is critical to know that you cannot control this emotional upset once it has occurred. You can only respond to it. It is how you respond to an upset that makes the difference between going further off your course or back onto it. Yeah. Yeah. So she gives some things here. There are 3 main ingredients that create the recipe of upset: an intention or desire that is opposed or prevented, an expectation that has been unfulfilled. God, those expectations that are unfulfilled, right? Or an unsuccessful communication. Yes, each upset is comprised of one or all of these ingredients, and they revolve around the fact that we think something should be a certain way and it isn't. Yes. So, yeah, we have to look at our view of it. What is it that is upsetting about it? Should it upset us? And then how do we go forward with that? She says it will benefit you. Let's see. The signal shows up in your life with a message. An upset is always a call to awaken. It is always a setup on behalf of the universe to call you to make a change to your thoughts, communication, actions, and situations. So could be a time to look inward first rather than trying to focus totally outward and focus on what they have done or haven't done, right? And to look first and then proceed with caution. Proceed with caution. All right, I'm going to grab a charm and then we'll place it. Sorry, the bowl is on my table. The other table over here. Okay. Okay. All right. Charms, 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 charms. We love charms. A heart. You are made with love. So just remember that. And yes, we are here. You know, it's like a transformations. We can take this information to transform ourselves. Freedom. I think the horse is like freedom. But also we have the Chariot card come out too, right? That's our motivations, our determinations, our will, our self-will here. And then it's about growing and blooming here with the flower here. Lies can grow fast though, right, too? The little lie can turn into a really big thing and it can run away with you in no time. I just saw that. So like we need to remember that we are made with love and to be love. And I always think of, an aces or the magician. It's the start. It's the beginning of something. So, and also one to me with the magician, is a communication here. But we have the tools within ourselves to intuit and determine whether we think we've been betrayed. What does that mean to us? Is it worth even pursuing that? How do we approach it? Or do we just let them, do we just let it unfold? I think that is individual to each of us, but at least we have dispelled some through proven research and top experts, in these fields, that these are not reliable indicators. So we are transforming our viewpoints here. And that is Coffee and Cards today. y'all. Thank you for being here today. And if I'm saying hello to any of your beautiful faces in here because I was too busy yapping my mouth, I apologize. Like Elizabeth, I just see Elizabeth there. Hi. Um, all right. Well, we'll be back tomorrow. Please check out Josh if, what time he's going on tomorrow. Okay, at Mr. Floyd's Universe, and check out Krista Blindly Inspired Noon and Victor. You know the drill. Like, comment, do all those YouTubey things for me to help the algorithms. I am getting close to 300 subs. I'm trying to get there. It will happen, and at the right time. But anyways, those things help it too. All right. I appreciate all of you. Love you very much. Have a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Mwah.